back to the Glassman's world. So we're going to be working on some glass balloons and talking about glass balloons on Facebook, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Let me just get everything all set up here, make sure that I can watch the stream here. And also make sure that we take down the audio, which alright, there we go. Alright, you guys, so welcome in. Let's make sure, let's bring this camera up just slightly. That's probably a little bit better there. Make sure you get a better angle there. There you go. Alright. So let's get started here. I realize I need to pull some more of this glass here real quick, so we're going to just pull some of the 16 millimeter rod down to like a 7 millimeter, maybe even a little smaller. So welcome in, guys. Welcome in. We're going to get started working on the glass balloons here. So, I'm Dan the Glassman. I've been working glass since 1995. Longer than some of y'all have been born and here live on this planet. It's crazy when I talk to some of the youth, some of the young ones, and I tell them when I get started, and they're like, wait, what? They're like, I wasn't even born yet. But no, it's cool. So I've been doing this for almost 30 years now, guys, for 29 years, which is why I'm pretty comfortable being able to do what I do while just speaking, going live. You know, I can answer any questions. You know, if you have any comments or suggestions, you know, I'm always down to listen. And so I've been blowing glass since '95. Got taught by an individual named Brian Bentley. Bentley Glass is pretty well known here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, around these parts here in New Mexico, or even in the Southwest. And he taught me when he was just a newbie, basically. So he had just got started, learned in Eugene, Oregon. Was going to take, I believe, a 1-year apprenticeship. He ended up taking about 6 months of that 1-year apprenticeship. So he learned some techniques and some skills, which he was able to then bring back here to Albuquerque. So he moved back. We became roommates. He told me if I were to invest in the equipment that we needed to blow glass, that he would teach me pretty much everything that he knew. So we went out and we purchased a whole bunch of equipment and stuff to get started. And a lot of the equipment was actually completely wrong. We were getting like welding torches instead of glass blowing torches. We were getting like metal tools and brass tools instead of carbon graphite tools and things. And we didn't know where to even get the glass from. We didn't have any colors at the time, so a lot of our glass was all clear glass. And we were fuming everything, which actually, you know, doing nothing but fuming techniques really makes your glass pop. That's what, if you can learn how to do fuming techniques, layer upon layer of gold, silver, gold, silver, you know, different layers, gold and silver, silver and gold, and if you can figure out how to play with those different layers and add different colors to it, you can really make your glass pop and shine and really make it stand out. And that the fuming technique is what really makes all the color changing pieces. You know, like if you make smoking accessories and things like that, you can get a lot of beautiful techniques in with just the fuming technique. It wasn't until we met Lewis Wilson, who at that point was already like 30 years in. So that would be a new individual coming in and meeting me and watching me doing glass and making some amazing things, and then teaching them some of the skills of the trade and getting them up to par to where they could possibly even surpass me, and that's a beautiful thing when you can get the teacher to teach well enough to then have the students surpass you. That's an amazing thing. So I've taught, ever since about 97, I'm guessing, 90, maybe 96, so I'm thinking 97 was my first real lessons, and that was also around the time I started doing some live demos and stuff. So, yeah, that's when I got started doing a lot of this live stuff and just learning how to speak to the crowd and just show what I'm doing. So right now I'm stretching out this glass. I don't know if you guys realize that. It's smaller on the left, bigger on the right, 16 mil on the right side, and I'm spinning it in the flame, stretching it out, and pulling that glass out to, like, I don't know, I would say it's probably more closer to like an 8 millimeter or so. I might go in and pull it here and there in a couple spots. So this glass right here, I use it for making the glass balloons, and for also making the loops on any of the pendants for the glass balloons, and for any of the pendants that are like made made differently than the teardrops that I make. There's some glass where, like the teardrops, I would actually pull the loop from the teardrop itself. So, but with these here, we don't pull it from the hot air balloon top, because then it would really disform and misshape the hot air balloon. You don't want to elongate it on the top. That is, unless I'm making a racer. A racer balloon is a elongated balloon that's more egg-shaped, and that's actually a balloon that I'll be making this year. The Wonder Woman racer balloon I was actually asked to make last year, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to make that this year and find her on the field somehow. It's always a fun a fun game of hide and seek. I'll make the balloons, and it's like, okay, now I gotta find them. I only got 1 week, and day by day, it's like the clock ticks. I'm like, uh-oh, I only got 3 days left. I only got 2 days left. It's like on that last day, I'm like rushing around trying to find everyone, and it's always better that I just get everyone's phone numbers and just let them know, like, hey. And you know what I probably should do this year? I got a couple of days still. I should probably make my my business cards, so I have a whole bunch of business cards to hand out, and let people know that, hey, I might not be able to get your balloon done this year, or after Balloon Fiesta, but I can always get it done after off season and ship it out to you, anywhere around the world, pretty much. International shipping. I may have you guys pay for that shipping, because it's going to be a little ridiculous. But shipping in the States, it won't be too bad. I think I could probably cover the shipping in the States, or at least do cheaper shipping for you compared to what it'll cost me. These days, I think the flat rate shipping is like close to like $10, no matter how big it is, unless we just put it in an envelope. But the small little boxes, I think, are like $10 to ship these days. So shipping's gone up. If I can do $5, $7 shipping, that'd be good. So we're gonna work on some of these balloons right now. I'm just getting this rod here stretched and pulled, getting a couple of these fixed spots pulled out right now. And I've been asked to make some really special balloons already. So you can go to the Facebook page. I did put the description or the link in the description below. And so it's facebook.com/glass balloons. I do believe it is the glass balloons page. On the glass balloons page, you'll find the 13 original balloons from 1972, all replicated in glass on the top of the page, as well as some sort of glass balloons on the profile picture there. So I'm not really sure. I don't remember exactly which one it is. I could check real quick, I guess. Oh, so it's our balloon, which the background is this photo right here with a picture of the glass right in front of it. And the glass is actually warm, so it's not going to be like the light orange. It's going to look more red than the orange, but that was because I was making it and it was still warm. You know, maybe I should make one of our balloons to show you guys what it looks like. Let's see. Alright, beautiful. We do got some canary yellow here. Let's make sure I got the orange. Oh, looks like we got the orange right here. Beautiful. And then all we need is the blue. Let's go with the cobalt, cobalt 4? I think we'll do that. We'll go with the cobalt 4. We'll see how that looks. Alright. So, we're going to attempt to make this balloon right here. So what I've gotten known for, guys, in 1999, I was asked to make a balloon known as, I don't know if I have it in here, known as a cutie dink, I believe. And it's a winking cat. I always used to call it cutie wink, but it's cutie dink. And I don't have it here. I'm sure I got a balloon card of it somewhere, but I don't want to go through the thousands of balloon cards that I have. So let's just focus on this one right here, guys. This is the one that we'll be making. I'll put that right there. Hopefully I don't burn it in any way. And we're going to start stretching some of the glass here and get it all ready. Alright. And it's cobalt 4. So, in order to make this balloon, as you can see, it's got yellow mostly in the background, and it's got an orange and a blue stripe going around, and there's several different blue and orange stripes. I believe there's 8 of each one. I mean 4 of each one, 8 colors, and then 8 yellow in between, so 16 altogether. I'm not 100% sure if that's accurate or not, but that's what it looks like to me on this card, so that's what I try to go for. Alright. So then we're going to stretch this out. So now we got to get this stretched out real nicely and evenly. Try to get some of that thick spot there. And then I know that I have a way to make these real easy, and then I have another way of making them pretty accurate and a little bit more expensive. So when I replicate balloons, I do some simple ones that look like this here for $20. So these ones here are $20 each, and I can do them for 2 for $30 all day if you want to get a couple at once. And then I make the replicas starting at $40. So if you want to get some replicas made, they're $40 each. But then if you order, multiples, if you get like, a lot of times I meet the pilots and the crew from each balloon card, right? I'm meeting the pilot and the crew, and they all want me to make them a balloon necklace. So then I have to make a dozen of each balloon. So usually when I'm making these balloons, I get an order for about a dozen of them at a time. So then I'll bring the price down really, really generously to where then it's, then you're not paying $40 each on them. And I'm still getting, it's getting close to where I'm not making too much of a profit, but I'm still making enough money to keep this going and keep things afloat, keep my bills paid, and be able to get this glass out there. But yeah, I am possibly the only individual in the world who focuses on replicating hot air balloons from balloon cards and making them as accurate as I possibly can. So then I get a lot of, here, I'm just going to put this right here, and then that way it's out of the way. I don't want to accidentally catch it on fire. And I think you'll be able to see it a little bit better right there. So I know a lot of these balloons, they take a lot of preparation. Like right now, I'm prepping to get the colors all pulled right here, just to make this one balloon. And then I also have to remember that there's a skirt right here. There's either a skirt or a scoop on the bottom of the balloon, which is known as the envelope. So you got your envelope here. The top of the balloon is known as the crown. You have the bottom right here, which is the skirt or the scoop. And your burner is usually right there within, connecting in between where the basket is, on top of the basket, and in where that skirt or the scoop is. And the flames are shooting right up in this area right here. And then you got the basket. You can see our basket's really small. It only holds 2 individuals. It can hold the pilot and one other. So that way he always has help on board with him. So when he comes down for a landing, if the chase crew and vehicle isn't there right away, then the passenger can get out and help out with bringing the balloon down or whatever is necessary at that time. So we fly for Dawn Patrol. We are one of the early morning balloons. Our balloon is called Polar Dawn. So it's made specifically for Dawn Patrol. It's an ultra lightweight balloon from, I believe, Ultra Magic Balloons. And the fabric is lightweight to where it is thinner than most of the balloon fabrics. And when you light up the balloon, especially for dawn in the early morning when it's still dark as night, then the balloon just glows magnificently. It's an amazing sight. So I don't know if you've ever been to Balloon Fiesta. If you are here in Albuquerque and you want to come check it out, I might be able to get you on the balloon team. We can use extra hands on deck, but all depends on who you are and how you behave, and if you can just simply chill and follow rules and instructions easily. But yeah, we always can bring in someone new on the team. Every year we normally have new hands on deck and always have our experienced crew members on as well. I'm one of the senior experienced crew members on our team on Polar Dawn. I've been with us for like I think 10 years now. I think this might be my 10th year. I may have started back in 2014. I'd have to actually look. Maybe, maybe Facebook memories would show that or something like that. Maybe on here. Although I don't think I had a phone and was going live at my first balloon fiesta. I think I was really like trying to be careful and pay attention, and I was real quiet. I didn't get a flight that first year in. I think it took 2 or 3 years before I kind of opened up and started talking to the pilot more and getting to know him more, and then now it's like, every time he comes, it's fun to go and hang out. It's really, really fun to just go and chill, hang out, meet all kinds of people from all over the world. It's really an amazing um, adventure for the week. So I feel extremely blessed to have learned how to blow glass right out of high school back in '95, to where I can now go and chase balloons for an entire week, and I'm not locked into a 9 to 5 job or nothing like that, and I can just get out there and have a little fun and excitement for a minute. One week out of the year, I get to go and uh, play balloonatics. All right, so we're gonna get started here. I'm just gonna simply draw some lines down in here. We're gonna try to fit these lines in as best we can. So this is going to be the first Polar Dawn balloon that I'll be making for 2024. I do plan to make a lot more of these Polar Dawn balloons. That's this one here in the card. And I already have a lot of orders, guys. I've already got, I'm like, okay, let's try to make all these balloons now. It's going to be fun. And it's going to be a lot of hard work as well. Fun, hard work. Alright, and I just gotta line this up real good. If I can get these two lined up across from each other like that, then that's what really, really helps to line things up. And then I can just go right in the center here. And as you can see, I pulled these stringers long enough to where I can make multiple, not just one. There's several more. So there goes the blue. Now we'll put the orange and then the yellow all in between that. And that's how that works, guys. This is cool. The very first Polar Dawn balloon of 2024. So, if you'd like to check out all the balloons that I've ever made, or at least the ones I've documented in photo, you can go to the Facebook page, /glass balloons, and there you'll be able to see a lot of different photos from many of the years, over the years since I got started making these. So I think it was around 1999 when I was asked to make that very first balloon, which was the Kiwi Dink balloon. It's a red cat. It's basically the same shape as a regular balloon. It just has ears on top. So they don't officially claim or call it a special shape balloon, because I guess special shape balloons, they have to have like all kinds of like special gourds and special things going on the inside of the construction of the balloon to officially be considered a special shape. but it is a special shape to me because it's a cat head with ears, and it's got cute little eyes and stuff. I think they're just printed on or somehow sewn on. I don't know how they had the eyes and the mouth and the whiskers and things like that. But it's the first balloon I ever made back in '99. And that's when I realized, whoa, wait a minute. This is something that I can do. Because I already loved balloons at that point. I've been chasing balloons since I was a kid, since I was 15 years old. My father took me out chasing balloons for the first time ever when we were younger. We'd go just drive around Albuquerque during Balloon Fiesta, and it was too expensive for him to take all the kids out there. So the next best thing is to just go drive around Albuquerque and find out which way which direction the wind is blowing, and then you just chase and find out where they're going to land. You help them land if they want your help. You learn not to drive right in front of the balloon. And hey guys, you guys are welcome to comment at any time. Hello, hello. You can ask questions, anything you'd like. But yeah, Balloon Fiesta is just an amazing time, guys. It's so much fun to just get out there, to crew with the team, and do all this stuff. So back in '99, I started making that balloon. That's what got me started, and now you can go check it out at Facebook page /Glass Balloon. And it'll be a picture of this balloon here, balloon card in the background with the balloon like what I'm making right now. So as you can see, the process, these take a little bit of time to actually get them all set up and everything. And if you notice, I drew the line straight. So now I'm going to twist this all up, guys. And I'm going to have to try to twist it to where it's going to not twist it too much and not too little. I want to be able to get that kind of angle on these twists here. So right now I'm just kind of melting and shaping a little bit. Alright, we're going to get ready to spin and twist this up some. Oh yeah, and another thing is I wanted to terminate the top of this here. Terminating is like to pull all the colors into one point here nicely. So we're going to just grab all this color here. So some of this color gets wasted. I used to have a scrap jar for all of my color scraps, but I don't know where I placed it. I think it's just on the floor somewhere. When I was rebuilding this studio table, things got moved around. Alright, there. Yeah, whatever. We just put it in there. Alright, so now I'm going to melt down all the colors. We're going to get them all nice and flat. And at the same time, we're going to use that little point that I left on the end right there. And we're going to start twisting this up. So if you notice, this color twists all the way around to the other side. So I basically just got to do a half twist. Just bring this like that. And those lines should follow beautifully. So in order to do that, I need to get this whole piece all molten. All the colors all molten, all in the same kind of rate, except the top is thinner, so it's going to spin a lot more. So we really don't want that top to be too molten. We really just want the this thicker part here of the balloon molten. We're going to attach this punchy to it, just like that. And we're going to just hit it right in the thick part, the meat of this glass here, real thick part here. And as soon as it starts to get real molted, and I can feel it like start to move around, that's when I'm going to keep spinning my right hand and just kind of slow down the left hand and allow it to just spin on itself. So here we go, starting to spin. We're going to bring this all the way around from one side to the next. Make sure we get that nice flow. And I don't know if you guys can really see anything of what's going on with the twists and stuff. I know it's really hard to see through the flame. Let me see if I can show you a little bit. It might also be glowing way too bright there for you to see anything, but there's a little bit of that twist now that you can see in there. Now I got to bring all the shaping of everything in. Another thing too is on the top of our balloon is actually a blue crown. So the fabric on top is blue, a round circle on top, and it encircles a mama and baby polar bear. That's why it's called Polar Dawn. You can't see the polar bears unless you are standing. So when we unload the balloon is basically laid out flat like this on the ground, and then we'll pump it with air, and it'll start to inflate. And when it inflates on this side, so if you're standing over here, then you'll have the most amazing view of the top of our crown and the polar bears, which I'll show you what they look like in just a moment. I have my crew shirt just right behind me here on the chair. But I'll show you what the crew shirt looks like, and it's got an image of the mama and baby bear on the back. Alright, so now I'm just going to melt it all down. We're going to keep this twist where it is. I like that twist. We're going to bring all the colors flat. They're rippled from that twist. They're all twisted around each other and everything. So we're gonna melt them down and make it all kind of all back to one. Fuse it all together as one piece. And then we're gonna marble it a little bit, kind of round it up like a marble. So then we can get that balloon shaping. And then I'll have to pull it and taper it, and then we'll get the clear glass on the outside of it to really bring the balloon shaping out. I might be over twisting it, so let me try to untwist it some. There we go. Alright, now it's pretty good rounded in that shape right there. Just going to pop that off. We're going to bring it all back to a good balloon shape now. And also melt down all those ripples. I don't know if you can see the ripples. They're pretty faint, but it's not round and it's not smooth. So we're going to get rid of those ripples there and bring this into a balloon shape now. And I really hope you guys can hear me. I hope this microphone is working. Maybe the next time when I get another surge of viewers coming in, I'll ask you guys if you can hear me, if the audio is working. So every once in a while I'll get some people coming in, and then they all leave. And I know how that, like, I always get that on this channel, so I'm used to it. I'm used to people coming in, checking out what I'm doing real quick, and then they just leave because they want to watch something else. Also, you know, I forgot, I wanted to start out this video, this stream here, and just send out my love, my thoughts, my prayers, my blessings out to everyone who's been affected by Hurricane Helen. That hurricane was just hell and completely devastated and rocked um, the whole entire southeastern part of the United States. There's so many states that are affected. I have friends who are affected by this. Um, you know, one of my best friends from high school lives out there near Asheville, and so you know we're really following and focused on what's going on. So you know we're just sending our love, sending our prayers out there. I'm trying to share as many things as I possibly can with the groups that are actually out there helping getting water out to the people. There's a place that you can go get water right now. I posted it up on my Facebook page. Not on my Glass Balloons page, but on my personal Facebook page. And so there's a lot going on out there, guys. And I'm just sending you all my thoughts, my prayers, my blessings. I know it's going to be really hard and rough. I will do what I can to keep sharing out all of your guys' GoFundMe's and things like that. But if you're watching right now and you can hear me, please just let me know. I don't know if I have any audio. No one's commented yet. So just press 1 or say hello. And that way I know that you're here and that you can hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? We're almost 37 minutes in right now, guys. I'm about to finish this one up. We're working on this balloon right here, which is the Polar Dawn balloon. This is the balloon I crew for Dawn Patrol for the last 10 years. And I don't know if anyone can hear me or not. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I don't know if this microphone's still working. I really hope it is. Alright, so this is going to be the first one of Polar Dawn. Polar Dawn balloon, baby. Alright, let me get some shaping going on here. I'm going to just help it out with this. So I use a flat paddle to help round it out. Pretty interesting. I got this crazy technique here. But yeah, that really does help me with rounding it out and getting it all nice and curved and into that balloon shape. Using a flat paddle to help round it. Isn't that crazy? Alright, and I brought up the kiln again, so we'll make sure that the kiln's up. So I'm really hoping you guys can hear me and this audio, the mic is working and everything. The other day I did accidentally touch a piece of glass to the microphone, and it didn't touch the cable, but I don't know if it did anything to the mic. And I haven't had time to actually check any of the last videos that I've done and streamed, so I have no clue if you guys can hear me. I hope so. And I'm going to continue this going live. We'll try to make one more of these. I'm trying to keep my live streams to an hour or less, or somewhere around that hour mark. So we're 40 minutes in right now. If you're watching, please let me know if you can hear me. That would be wonderful. I don't know if this microphone's working right now. This is almost done, so if you want to stick around for the next like 3 to 5 minutes, I'll probably have it done here. maybe a little longer, maybe like 5 to 7. Alright, so I don't think anyone can hear me. This microphone must not be working. No one is commenting and saying I can hear you. Or, or you guys just having fun. Like, yeah, we just won't comment and let them know. That's always fun, right? Alright, so we're working on the polar dawn balloon here. Slowly getting the balloon shape coming out right now. Alright, so now we got that good balloon shaping right there. Oh, you now have 1,000 subscribers. Yes, Michael Cole, thank you so much. Can you hear me? I've been wondering if anyone can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Thank you for tuning in and watching. So I'm using a microphone here. I think that it works. It has been working, but awesome. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I needed to know. Alright, so we're going to get these the gores on the balloon right here. So this is now, this balloon right here doesn't look anything similar to it at all. The colors are completely hot, and you can't tell it it's yellow. But they'll come back, I promise. So this is the first one here. This is a $40 replica. I also am going to try to make some of these the simpler versions, $20 ones as well, of our balloon. So if you specifically want one of our balloons, a Polar Dawn balloon, I'll have these available. And then, like I said, I always do special deals on orders of, you know, when you get like 3 or more, usually you get a good deal. If you get, you know, a dozen or more, for sure you get a really good deal. But also, please remember that these are one-of-a-kind piece of work, one-of-a-kind piece of artwork, sorry. No two are ever alike. So they really are worth $40 a piece. But I want to get these out to the world and let people know how cool these are. Everyone's got the balloon cards, right? Everyone gives out balloon cards, and people have balloon pins. Now you can collect your own balloon necklaces. Collect them all. Just kidding. There's no way to collect them all. So one of the coolest things that I ever did was make the 13 original balloons from 1972. I did that for the 50th anniversary as a tribute. That was 2 years ago. This year is the 52nd anniversary, so 2 years ago I did the 50th anniversary. I entered it into the state fair last year, the New Mexico State Fair, and I happened to win first place and best of show. So I felt extremely honored to have won best of show and first place, and with the glass balloons. And the year before, I was making spirit balloons because we had lost the pilot and his passengers here tragically in Albuquerque. and all 4 passengers and the pilot lost their lives in that accident. So I made clear balloons with blue gondolas known as the spirit balloons to represent those that we've lost in tragic accidents, and also just to honor the spirit of ballooning for those who just love ballooning, who want to honor the spirit of ballooning. So I make those as well. And during that year, the 49th anniversary of Balloon Fiesta, they were unveiling the 50th anniversary balloon, which is this balloon right here. They were unveiling it. So during the 49th Balloon Fiesta, they were making this balloon there live. You could actually go into one of the balloon tents and watch them sew this together, pattern by pattern, panel by panel, gore by gore, all the way until they create this whole balloon right here. And then they put the 13 original balloons. I don't know if you can see the dots right there on the side. There's like 2 or 3 little dots. But around the backside and around the whole thing are the 13 original balloons from 1972, which started out Balloon Fiesta. So when they were unveiling this balloon, I actually was gifting them the clear spirit balloons. I was gifting them to Art Lloyd Jr. and Glenn Moyer, who are they're known internationally as the Balloon Fiesta hosts. I mean, people know them around the world. Art Lloyd Jr. and Glenn Moyer. They've been there forever. This year, I believe it's only going to be Glenn Moyer. I believe Art Lloyd Jr. may have retired last year. So I gifted them the spirit balloons, and they were announcing my gift to them and talking about the spirit balloons and why I had made them because of Nick Molesky's balloon going down and the tragic accident there. And during the unveiling of the 50th anniversary balloon, they're mentioning my name on air to the entire world and mentioning Glass Balloons and my Facebook page, Glass Balloons. So that was like one of the biggest moments. And then the year later, I make the 50th anniversary tribute of the original 13 balloons in glass. I tried to get those on the air, but that didn't work out a few years ago. They're really busy, and I didn't want to like just intrude. I was trying to catch their attention while they were like busy doing some things and in the area where I was, or I tried to find out where they were live on the air and be like, oh, they're over here on this side of the field. Let me go try to show them my glass and maybe I could get it on camera real quick and get a quick interview in. That never happened. Hey, what's going on? Overblown and fragile. What's going on? 877 Opolo? How would you even pronounce that? A7 Opolo? I don't know what it means, but what's going on? Yeah. So, yeah, it was pretty amazing. I don't have the glass to show you right now. I'd love to show you the 13 original balloons from 1972, but I'm working on getting them put into a beautiful display. I was hoping that they would get into the Albuquerque Balloon Museum this year or some point soon, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to be at Balloon Fiesta this year. And to be making a whole bunch of balloons. I already got orders for some really cool special shaped balloons, guys. I will be airing those, live streaming it here. That way there is a video of it being made. I don't know if I'm going to work on it tonight, later on tonight or tomorrow or early in the morning or when I'm going to make it. But sometime this week I'll probably work on it. The combining, so you love balloons and you love glass? I love balloons. I love ballooning. I'm actually going to be crewing. If you're in Albuquerque, I can probably bring you on board as a crew member. But we need people who are like well behaved and and can follow instructions. You're in Maine, right on. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of balloons out there as well. You know, our pilot actually comes from Concord, New Hampshire, from the East Coast out there. All right, we're about to finish this balloon up. I forgot to put the blue crown on top before I encased it all with the clear glass. So we'll do that on the next one. We'll make sure to have a blue crown on this one or on the next one. That's interesting. I forgot. Like, should I put a little dot in there real quick? Like, just sneak it in. No one will know. They'll never know. I'm like, watch. Actually, watch. Let's do it. We're going to sneak a piece of blue right in there. They'll never know. How will they know? They'll never know. Alright. We just straighten this out. Boom. Alright, and we'll get this kind of molten. We'll get this kind of molten. I'll just stick that right there. And boom, there's a little blue dot on top. Now, it's officially Polar Dawn. I can't draw polar bears as small as a dot, so that's crazy. Yeah, so open flame, I'm a pyro. I've been doing this for almost 30 years now, 29 years. I got into glass blowing right out of high school in 1995. Before that, I was actually a jeweler. So even right out of high school, or maybe was I still in high school? I'm trying to remember. I got hired in at a jewelry place, Expressions in Gold, here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Worked for an individual named Michael Graham, and he was the owner of Party City, and he brought me in to Expressions in Gold because he liked my work ethic and stuff, and he needed a new delivery driver that he could trust, and trust with, like, you know, $50,000 to $100,000 in jewelry and stuff, and make sure that it could get to where it needed to be. So he hired me on, and then a week later, one of his, like, jewelers from, like, 20 years or something, I don't know how long that guy was working for him. He was there for a long time. He just, like, up and quit. I don't know if, like, he went and decided to go start up his own business as a jeweler or what. But he then decided that he was going to train me and get me on the torch. So I was actually a silversmith and goldsmith before I got into glass blowing. And so I've been a torch worker for a while, and I love it. It's an amazing opportunity to be able to play with fire for be a pyro. And I'm a professional pyro. This is what I get to do for a living. And then I get to go and play with fire during Balloon Fiesta. And one of the craziest things is we have to open the mouth to the balloon as it's laying down. So I was just explaining how when our balloon, you know, when we unload it, we have to, like, pull it out, and then the fabric's all flat, right? And we got to pull it out, stretch it, right? And then there's a fan right here, and we blow air, cold air, into it, and that's what. And we do a cold inflate, right? And I'll be going live, like, all next week. Saturday is Balloon Fiesta, and from Saturday on, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, get the all notifications, because if I go up in the air, you don't want to miss that. I will probably get a flight in. Usually I fly on Mondays. That's how it's been historically. I don't know why. I don't know why that's been, but it's just been like that for some reason. So we'll just see what happens on Monday. But you never know. I could go on Saturday. But yeah, so then we gotta, once it's, like, cold inflating right there, then two of us stand on each side of the mouth of the balloon. This is the skirt, or known as the scoop, and the opening of that is known as the mouth, right? And it's pretty big. I'd say like 8 feet wide. This is 8 feet wide right here, you know? So this is, like, I don't know, 100 feet wide or whatever. It's, like, huge, right? And so, right on. I'll look out for you in the chat. And so we gotta stand on each side and hold it open. So we got our hands, like, you know, and they're really stretched apart. But I'm trying to, like, be in the camera. You gotta, like, hold it open. And then he's got his burner. So, like, one person on this side and one person on this side. And all of a sudden you just get this, like, boom. boom, and you're like, oh my gosh, you just like feel that crazy flame just hitting, you know, you're like, whoa, you know, it's like it just gets crazy for a second, you know, you're like, whoa. So that's an intense burner right there, and it's just fun to be doing that. To crew for a balloon is an amazing opportunity. I've been doing it for like 10 years now, I think. I lost track. I'll have to like go back at some point and try to find like Facebook memories and like, oh yeah, that was the first year or whatever. That was the second year. Or, you know, if I can find the first time I ever got to fly in a balloon, then I'll know that was my third year, because the first and second year I did not go up in a flight. I was too quiet and kind of standoffish, which is weird, me being quiet, right? I'm actually kind of an introvert sometimes. I don't know, it's weird. I know I'm on video right now, so I'm just keep it going, keep it going. When I'm on stage, you know, it's like you would never think of me as like an introvert, but a lot of times, like, I don't know, I kind of like to just stay to myself, not talk to random individuals too much. I might say the wrong thing. I might I might offend them for talking truth or something. But yeah, so I'm keeping this video. I'll focus on glass balloons and not talking about anything crazy. But yeah, you can order these. I can ship them out nationwide, worldwide. Actually, there was an individual on the chat here earlier who I shipped the glass out to for many years to BC, Canada, and to Vancouver. So yeah, I can ship out worldwide. Not a problem at all. I make sure I get you what you order. Ain't that right? Alright, so now we got the loop on top. Nice and strong. That's one of the most important things is the loop. When you're making these things, you gotta make sure that loop is nice and strong, or else the whole rest of the thing is just ruined. If the loop breaks, you got no necklace anymore, right? Alright, so now we're about to pull this off. It's almost done, guys. Just stick with me a couple more minutes longer. This is going to be a 1 hour stream right here. I don't know, should I go longer and just keep this going? I wanted to keep this to a 1 hour stream if possible. That way it's just comfortable to watch and rewatch again. But like I said, I'll probably come back live again. We'll do some more of these balloons. As you can see, these take me about almost an hour, a whole entire hour. This whole entire live stream is taking me to just get this all set up. Now the next one, it'll probably be a little bit quicker, maybe 45 minutes. I might be able to get the next one down to like 30 minutes, and then, you know, that's where I top off. And I probably can't make these any quicker than like 30 to 40 minutes, depending, you know. The ones that I do, the basic colors, maybe we'll do one more. We'll do a basic one, and I'll try to do one of ours, but a basic style. So you can see the difference. There's 16 colors drawn on here, right? I drew the 4 lines of blue, then 4 lines of orange, and then 8 lines of yellow in between all those to make this a solid colored balloon here. But I also have a way where I can use 2 to 4 different colors and then make it kind of a mimicking style. So not as many colors and kind of generic. Alright, so now we got to also make sure we get that orange scoop on the bottom of this. So I'm going to pull this down, we're going to taper it. We're going to get this to be a balloon shape here. Do you ever get to see balloons in Maine? I know there are balloons from Maine. I'm sure our pilot has flown in Maine. But are there actually like balloon fiestas and events? I know they're definitely not as big as Albuquerque. The only other one that's as big as Albuquerque is the one in France, I believe, or somewhere on the other other side of the ocean there. Okay, well, I'll try to find out if there are some balloon events that happen in Maine, and if so, I'll comment below on this video here and let you know. Because I would think there's balloons flying all over the place. Our balloon pilot, he gets invited to do cool things like flying over Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, going over the Andes during the eclipse, crazy stuff like that. It's like, I wish I could go travel with you around the world, Rick, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones, would you like to adopt me as your illegitimate son? I will be there every morning to make sure you lift off in your balloon. That's funny. No, my wife and kids need me there. I can't go be that much of a balloon-a-tick. They might lock me up. Alright, now we got to get the orange skirt on here. We're just simply just adding a little bit of orange to the bottom of this here. And let's make sure we don't boil out the color, so we'll bring the heat down just a little bit. We'll add this little bit of orange to the bottom here, not too much, just a little bit of a dot, just big enough and right in the center right there to show that that is the skirt or the scoop to the balloon. Which I'm like, is ours a skirt or a scoop? Now that I'm trying to remember. A skirt is the fabric is completely wrapped around. A scoop, it's wrapped on one side more than the other and it kind of tapers up. Uh-oh, message retracted. Did you say something wrong? I don't take messages. I don't censor here, so I don't know what happened. Unless you retracted it, and that's all good. I didn't get to read it, whatever it said. Alright, now, after you do the scoop or the skirt here, and that's one thing, whenever the balloon lifts up, and you're like, uh-oh, you can look up the skirt. I can see up your skirt. It's a little balloon joke. You don't ever say, I can see up your scoop, because that's not as funny. I can see up your scoop. Hey, what's the scoop? Alright, now I'm going to add a little bit of clear. This clear is going to create the illusion of the gondola kind of hanging away from the balloon, because, when you watch the balloons taking off, that's kind of what it looks like. It looks like the balloon's just kind of floating a little bit underneath, or the gondola floating underneath the balloon, not even really attached. And that's because we got like little tiny carabiners and little cables, metal cables that hold the balloon to the gondola, and that's all there is. You guys want to come be daredevils and fly away? Fly away with me, let's fly away. If you can handle being in a balloon. I just ruined that Frank Sinatra song. Alright, and then you got yourself a little basket underneath there with the balloon. I don't know. What do you guys think? I do a good job? It come out alright? First one of the year, 2024. As you can see, that yellow looks more orange. It's going to look like that until it cools down all the way. But that yellow is going to come out. I promise you, it's yellow. Promise. I might have twisted it a little bit too much. I'm a perfectionist. So I'll have to make another one and make it even better. Alright, so this one's available, $40. I may actually put it into the giveaway pile here, guys. I do have a beautiful glass dish here with some some glass in here for our giveaway. If you go to the 1,000 subscribers, I reached 1,000 subscribers live stream about a month ago or less. Comment on that video, specifically that video, to be entered to win. I will enter your name in the drawing, and then if you win, then we'll figure out how to get it shipped to you, if you want it shipped in a P.O. box or a personal address or whatever. You know, I'll make it, you know, I'm not going to keep your info or nothing like that. But I definitely want to give away some beautiful glass for my 1,000 subscribers. So it's open to only my subscribers. So you have to be subscribed, and then you got to comment on that video. But maybe I'll put this one in there. I don't know. What do you think? It's a beautiful balloon. All right. Let's try to make one more real quick, and then we'll let you go. Woo, that kiln is hot. It's like 1,100 degrees right there. Yeah, that's some beautiful giveaway material right there, right? So the whole thing is, it's the Gardenia glass giveaway. It's a 30-day, but basically since it's October, 31-day Gardenia glass giveaway. So every day starting October 1st, which is today the 1st? Don't tell me today's the 1st. When's the 1st? I know I only got a couple days till the 5th. That'd be funny if today was the 1st, guys. It's the 30th. So is that tomorrow? In 3.5 hours. Okay, so tomorrow we're starting the Gardenia glass giveaway. Our very first day. I guarantee you there's been less than 30 comments. So if you comment, you're like guaranteed to win one of these beautiful prizes. I got cool things. I got this cool little spinning top right here. Thing's awesome. We got glass jellyfish jewelry. We got what else we got? Cool mushrooms. I think we got several mushrooms here, different colors and styles, and yeah, there's going to be other things. I was supposed to put a balloon in there. I haven't put a balloon. I was going to put a regular balloon, but maybe I'll also put one of our balloons of Polar Dawn. How is the winner selected? So, thank you for asking. I'm simply going to put your names in one of those automatic spinner wheels online. So everyone's name will be entered, and every day we'll just put the monitor on. And then if you win, then I'll just take your name out. But the other thing too is, if I only get like 15 people to comment, I might put your name in twice or 3 times, so you get a chance to win like 2 or 3 prizes. And then I'll just ship out one package with a couple prizes. Because this is for those of you who are listening, paying attention, and who've subscribed. Those of you who actually comment and chat, you know, who actually interact. You guys are more deserving than anyone else. So I'd rather it go to you than to those who just press subscribe and then they don't even like interact. They don't comment. They don't, you know, they don't like. No one's hit the like button on this video, by the way, including myself. I'm one of the 4 who are watching right now, just so you know. So there's 3 of you guys out there. All right, so let's do this real quick. I'm just going to talk away. Talk. All right, so Balloon Fiesta starts this Saturday, guys. That is October 5th through the 13th. Embrace the Sky. That's the theme of this year's event. Balloon Fiesta, Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta 2024. It is the 52nd anniversary of Balloon Fiesta. It started out in 1972 with the original 13 balloons launching out from the Coronado Center, which is actually right up the street from me on Louisiana and just north of the freeway. I'm just south of the freeway and a little ways away off of Louisiana. So, oh, awesome. You did give a thumbs up. Yeah, I may actually have to hit that refresh page. You're right. You're absolutely right. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to make a big announcement that tomorrow is the day, and we're gonna do our very first giveaway. Oh my gosh, what is it gonna be? The other thing too is, every day as I'm doing the giveaway, I'm probably gonna do a live stream like this and make something. So maybe the thing that I make will be the thing I give away for the next day. And the next day, and then eventually we'll just like run into like the leftover, the remainders of whatever's in the jar kind of thing. All right, let's do this. Okay, instead of 4 lines, guys, we're gonna make this a simple one. This is gonna be a real quick and easy one. All right, we're gonna do 2 lines of blue, just like that. 2 lines of orange. And I make this look easy, guys, because I've been doing this for almost 30 years. Adding these colors and things like that. Drawing it on, in the center. These are things that take a lot of practice, a lot of experience. And then also I'm talking away over here, cat, 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 pop, pop, pop. And that's something that not too many glass blowers can do, and talk away while they're also, almost about to burn their fingers off. Just kidding. And then also reading, right? You recognize the skill on display here. Thank you so much. And then reading chats and being able to comment that. Yeah, it's fun. I started doing a Twitch TV for a while, and that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of people on there. I actually got monetized, or not monetized. I became like an affiliate or whatever. Whatever. I made it there within 2 months. It was pretty amazing. I was like, whoa, got there quick. Now on YouTube, it took me years to finally reach that 1K subscribers, but I finally did it, guys. So thank you so much for hitting that subscribe, for tuning in. I do appreciate it. And that's why I'm going to do this 30-day Gardenia glass giveaway. I've been talking about it for a really long time. I told you guys, once I reach 1K subscribers, we're going to do some kind of a giveaway. And I decided on that. We're going to do 1 day, 31 days, so every day in October. And if we miss a day, then we'll do like 2 giveaways in a day. We'll make sure that we do 31 prizes in October. So we may just be like, oh, this is for yesterday. Sorry, guys. Blah blah blah. I had to go to the dentist. Just kidding. Like, that's probably something I do need to do. Like, I'm missing all my teeth over here. I watch, actually I do watch the Smithsonian glass blowers, and I watch Blown, and I watch a lot of lamp workers. So what I do is called lamp working. This is torch work. The torch is known as a lamp. And so back in the days when they first started making lamp work equipment and things like that, this is all new glass. Like the old school glass, the Smithsonian glass and all that stuff in the furnaces and the glory holes, that's all like thousands of years old, and it's with a different type of glass. So like there's lots of different painters, but some paint in acrylic, some paint in oil, some paint in watercolor, right? Some people do pastel, some people do ink, and some people do pencil, right? So there's all these different mediums, but it's all the same kind of style of work or art, right? So with the glass, there's soft glass, and there's hard glass, there's lamp working, and there's just furnace glass. So this glass melts at 2100 degrees. I believe their glass melts a little bit less. I would guess around, I don't know, 1100 maybe. I don't really know. Don't quote me on that. But I know it's a lot less flame, but their glass actually stays hot. It retains the heat a lot longer. So their glass will stay like taffy longer, whereas ours, you got to keep this flame on and keep that heat on there, so then it doesn't lose that. And here, I'm gonna terminate the top here again. So yeah, this glass, it's hard glass. It melts at 2100 degrees. It takes a lot longer to melt it down and to get it into heat and shape and all that stuff. But it's on a smaller scale, you know. This is, a lot of people know the brand name Pyrex. I use this is actually Scott glass, or Scott glass from Germany. It's SCHOTT. So Scott glass. That's the clear glass that I use, the rod. But then the color glass is all different. It's like either North Star or Glass Alchemy. Um, I believe, I don't think there's any other colored glass companies that I have on my table here besides the Boral sticks, which went out of business. So yeah, but yeah, I love watching the soft glass. I went up to in Washington, Tacoma, Washington. They have the Glass Museum, or the Museum of Glass, and they have the bridge called the Chihuly, the bridge over, I don't know, the bridge of Chihuly or something like that. It's like all of Dale Chihuly's glass. He's known for making these amazing chandeliers and hanging them like in the forest or like in churches, or like, I don't know, just some amazing, beautiful places. All right, so now, as you can see, this one was a little bit quicker. I'm gonna add that blue dot on before I add all the clear. Chihuly Bridge of Glass, thank you. Yeah, I was like, I knew it was something. I just was so impressed by that thing. I laid down on the cement, on the sidewalk there, on the bridge. I just laid down and just looked up in the ceiling, just like looking at all the pieces up in the ceiling, like, what? This is ridiculous. It was so fascinating. And then they had this exhibit where it was like kids and glass. And so what they were doing is, like, when your parents go to the museum, you get all bored. You're like, no, I don't want to be here. As a little child, you're not even realizing like what the amazing process of glass blowing is, because you're so young and so like naive, right? And so they got this like little kids zone, so you can send your kids off to the art room, right? And then they just like keep them all busy with like arts and crafts. And so they have them draw. They're like, hey, if you were a glass blower, what would you make in glass? And they have them draw this like different images, right? And during that event, or the show, the exhibit that they were doing, Kids in Glass, they were taking one lucky winner. Like, they would basically just go through the pile, and they would select one lucky child. They would select the artwork to be made into a piece of glass, which I was like, that is just amazing. That is, because, I'm a father, I love children, and to be able to share that amazing experience of like, hey, we're going to turn your two-dimensional drawing into 3D. Like, that's what I do right here, right? I'm turning this two-dimensional picture into a 3D piece of art. That's what I do. So, but to see, like, a kid's got like, this like crazy hot dog man, worm guy, breathing fire, you know, and then they make it. It's like, what? That's just ridiculous. So that was one of the most amazing exhibits that I ever experienced up there, was at the Museum of Glass, and seeing the kids' drawings in glass, and just the crazy things they came up with. So cool. I actually bought the book. I had it for a while. I lost it in a storage unit. You know how that goes sometimes. And I actually made that happen one time. I used to do demos at artists, the Cosmic Trading Post Artists and Healers Cooperative here in Albuquerque. And you know, when the kids would come in, there were times when I'd be like, "Hey, you guys want to draw some pictures, and maybe I'll make it into glass." And I actually did that, and it was cool to do some of the drawings. I had a lot of fun doing it. All right, we're about to turn this into balloon, guys, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. I got to get dinner started for the family, and then we'll see. If I got the energy, I might come back a little later on tonight. We'll talk about the fact that it's tomorrow the 1st, and we're gonna start the Gardenia glass giveaway. I cannot believe that. I'm gonna try to keep the time. I don't know, maybe in the evening. I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna do the giveaways because I'm so busy. My life is so hectic, guys. I wake up in the morning. If I have my daughter with us, then I gotta get her to school right away, and then I gotta take care of my business. I do side jobs in the mornings. I usually help others with their yards and other house projects and things, and maybe like little construction projects or builds and stuff like that. So I keep myself busy with that, and then I also blow glass during the day, and I also take care of my wife and children, and my wife is on disability, so she needs my help a lot around the house. So my life is pretty hectic. I got a lot going on. So we'll see when I can get it online and do the announcement. But once I figure it out, like maybe I could just be like, all right when I get home, maybe around 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Yeah, so maybe around this time, we'll do the giveaway. And if not, then it'll be in the evening time when like we've finally done dinner and everyone's winding down. So look for me around 6 o'clock or after 9 or 10 o'clock for the giveaways. They will be on live stream, and then they'll just always be up. I always live stream. I hardly ever upload, and that's because I don't have room on my phone. I'm about to go to Balloon Fiesta with no room on my phone. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to connect. Successfully connected. Chat disconnected. Then reconnected. Why am I getting kicked out of my own? Alright, whatever. Okay, we're going to finish this up, guys. I put the blue in there. This one's now, we're at 80 minutes, so we're 20 minutes in on this one. We're almost about to finish it up. So like I said, these ones are a little bit quicker. And, you know, what I might do is just make a whole bunch of this style to have them available for individuals, and then make the very special ones for those who do the, you know, custom orders. If you want a special one made that's all fully solid and everything for 40 bucks, game on. We'll make it happen. Alright, well, I don't know what happened with the chat. I got these messages that says chat disconnected, successfully connected, chat disconnected, successfully connected. And I guess there's that. Did you guys did I lose you guys? Did anything happen? Did I lose my internet service here at home? Something weird just happened. They had a glitch in the matrix. Alright. I love making balloons. I'm a balloonatic. Did you guys know that? Did I mention how much of a balloonatic I am? I wake up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning to catch a ride. This year I'm going to maybe have to catch an Uber every day. It's going to be extremely expensive. But I guess one balloon will pay for my Uber, so that'll be good. So I'll sell a balloon for 40 bucks and I'll get my balloon ride. And then I'll, you identify with that sentiment? Right on. And, yeah, so I'm gonna, yeah, balloonatic, definitely. So I wake up early. I'm gonna have to catch a ride. Hopefully, I can find someone who wants to come crew with us. I've been looking for friends and family members, but they're not as balloony as we are. They're like, no, I want to stay in bed at that time. I'm like, but there's balloons, guys, and heat and fire, and we get to be like the rock stars of the show at 5 a.m. They're like, yeah, you go on ahead and be that rock star at 5 a.m. Yeah, they're not as balloony as some of us are. So, I'm trying to find a friend or family member, someone who wants to become all balloony with me for the week, Saturday through Sunday for 10 days straight from the 5th through the 13th. And I'll even pay for gas, you know? I'll pay you like I'll pay paying an Uber. It'll just be funner to bring someone along who I know. And then we can 420 all the way there. Have a nice little morning set. Get there all ready to go. I'm not the pilot, so I'm not the one flying. I make sure that everything is safe. I'm a professional when it comes to 420. You know, I'm pretty much as good as I am here, as I am 420 right now. So this is me, as I would be anytime, all the time. 5 a.m. in the morning, whatever. I wake up at 4 a.m. anyways without an alarm, so waking up at 3 or 2 or whatever ain't big of a deal to me. And then, so we get out there, we're on field by 5 a.m., we unload the balloons, we're flying in the air by 6 a.m., we get in the chase crew vehicle, and we start chasing our pilot and our balloons down, and try to figure out where they're going to go, and we head in that direction, hoping that he doesn't start messing with us, and he'll go from like one side of the river to the other, to the other. It's like, yeah, like, we're wasting gas here. Just kidding. No, it's a lot of fun. We get to, enjoy all the other balloons that are up in the sky while we're waiting to figure out where our balloon's going to end up being, what part of town and stuff. And then we'll head there. We'll try to beat them to the landing spot by watching the currents of the balloon, listening to our pilot and hearing his directions, letting us know, hey, I'm looking at this spot here, or I'm looking at that spot there, and if you're paying attention, then you'll be able to get there. And if you're not, then you just you miss the boat, and then you have to like show up later and be like, hey, where were you? We're all been waiting for 20 minutes. But it's still cool. And, we can't always get there when they land. That's the truth of the matter. We do the best that we can to get there when they're coming down so we can actually grab the gondola, the basket, help them down in a nice, slow, safe landing and, try to steer them away from cactus if we're out in the middle of the desert. We're in the high desert here in Albuquerque. So, there is cactus. We don't have a big old saguaro cactus like they have in Arizona, or the ones you see like on Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, but we do got cactus. They're low to the ground. We got a bunch of other thorny bushes and things like that you got to watch out for. And wires, telephone poles, and all that stuff. So, what we do is dangerous, like what I'm doing right now, blowing glass. It's a highly volatile situation, extremely dangerous. You got to know what you're doing. You got to pay attention to what you're doing. You got to respect the flame, the fire, and all the dangers that are associated with everything going on. Do I have a ballooning music playlist? No, I do not. Wow, so I have a lot of playlists on my channel here. I am proud of my playlist, of the intense amount of playlists that I have, of all the different things that are going on in this world today. And one of them is good music, And I may even have reggae music and some lists, but I don't have a list for ballooning. I don't really know too many balloon songs besides that one. Up, up and away in my little red balloon. And then there's that other one by Frank Sinatra. Come fly away, let's fly away, if you can. And then I don't know the rest of the songs, I make up some stuff. Yeah, but I don't have any songs that are like specifically about ballooning, but that would be good to put together a ballooning a playlist. And you know, one day I'm gonna have to edit some of my videos together. Last year, when I got to fly for Dawn Patrol, I believe it was on a Monday. I don't remember what it was, maybe October 7th or the 5th or something like that. But around that time last year, we did what's called a mass ascension. What that means is that all balloons go up at once. We all lift off at once. Usually they'll stagnate us. They'll have like one balloon go, then another, then another, then another, you know, and kind of put on a little show like that. But then they decided the winds were calm enough. It wasn't gonna be too dangerous that we could go all up at one time. And so Dawn Patrol only has like a dozen balloons that go up. We are a special fleet of balloons that are hand-picked. The pilots are hand-picked, not the crew. I mean, we know what we're doing. We have our own special, you know, qualities and things like that. Why we're balloonaticks on the crew. But the pilots are the ones who are picked and chosen, and their balloons are picked and chosen to represent Dawn Patrol. And Dawn Patrol is the early morning show that starts off before the whole rest of the day and all their events. So we go on before the national anthem. We are airing up. I think they'll probably have a drone show in the morning. So the drone show usually is happening as we're getting our stuff ready, and then as soon as the drones go down, then we get the inflate to inflate our balloons, and then it takes a few minutes to get us standing up, and then within moments we're all up in the air. Now last year when we did the mass ascension, we all took off at once, and the winds were so calm that we all lifted up like a cluster of balloons all tied together. It was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had. I was able to reach out of the gondola, of the basket, and touch the other balloons. We were that close together. It was so amazing. It was ridiculous. I have on my Facebook page, my personal profile, the Glassman, Dan the Glassman. If you want to try to find me, there's a picture of that cluster of balloons for my profile. And it's dark of night with a whole bunch of balloons all lit up. We are the only official balloon glow in the sky. So they do balloon glows where they have the balloons standing up on the ground at night, and they don't lift off because flying at night is dangerous. You can't see the power lines and things like that. So they do the balloon glow. So we are the only official balloon glow in the sky because we take off in the dark of night at dawn, and then the sun comes up, and then we're in the sunlight at that point. But before that, we're flying at night in the dark. So our balloons are glowing in the sky. It's a beautiful sight to see. So it's a cluster of balloons all connected together, all glowing, and just amazing. Also dangerous though, because we had to literally put our hands out to make sure that their balloon, the envelope, wasn't scraping along our basket and ripping and tearing open. So we were actually putting our hands out there for safety and to make sure that nothing like that went wrong. So it was kind of scary at the same time. It was amazing and freaking scary, not gonna lie. But that's what we do. And we put on an amazing show for all of Albuquerque to see, or at least those who are there for Dawn Patrol, because not everyone balloony like us and waking up at 5 a.m. to see us launch at 6. And then you can't see us unless you're like close to the balloon fiesta field anyways, you know. And until we actually are like a few thousand feet up in the air is when then you can actually see us, you know. Alright, here goes the one that was supposed to be quick and easy, and then I started like talking way too much and adding more detail. Alright, 30 minutes later. And we're at 80 minutes, so 20 minutes it took to make this one, guys. That's not bad. Not bad at all. So we went from 1 hour to 20 minutes. So you can see the difference why I can sell these ones for 20 compared to the other ones for 40. It's a lot more color. The price per color for me is $60 a pound, and that's average, compared to $6 a pound for clear. So there's a huge difference in price. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Once again, I'm Dan the Glassman. This is the Glassman's World. Do you know your max altitude, any thickness? Yeah, so your life sounds cool. I try to have fun. And that's why I try to share it out here at the Glassman's World. This is my world. So welcome to my world, welcome to my fun, my entertainment, all this excitement and things like that. The highest that we can go, I think we get up to about 10,000. So, and I see now when I say that 10,000, we're already at 5,000 degrees. But I mean 5,000 5,000 feet. We're already at 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit here. We're burning. We're in the desert. No, we're already like 5,000 feet up. We're a mile high here in Albuquerque, and then our mountains, they reach up to like, I think 11,000 feet up, 11 or 13. So we get about as high as like the peak of that. So I think we're 10,000 feet up, but that's from sea level and not 10,000 feet up from our ground level. Yeah, 5,000 degrees, man, that's burning. That's actually what my torch is. That's this right here. That's 5,000 degrees. But yeah, so we can get up there. But when he flew over Mount Kilimanjaro and he flew over the Andes, they had to have a special balloon that was bigger, that had a bigger basket, a gondola, that could hold more tanks to fly higher, fly longer, and to hold oxygen tanks for themselves. So they actually had to wear like face masks, oxygen masks, or they would pass out. They went really high. They went like, I think 20,000 over, going over Mount Kilimanjaro. That's the largest mountain on the planet, right? So how tall that is. That's how they did it. And then when they flew over the Andes during the eclipse, that's also how they did it. So that's Polar Dawn. Rick Jones, he's the badass. He's the rock star. That's this guy right here. I'm just his like right hand man when he comes in just for the week. He's got other crews throughout the year. Like, who else is his right hand man throughout the year? Like, I'm sure he's got all kinds of people. But I'm gonna let you guys go. It's dinner time for us. You guys have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will come back and we'll do more balloons later and talk about the whole entire giveaway, and we'll see what's going to go into this pile here, because we got to get more. And this one's not going to stay in there because this one's cracked, but I do want to add another balloon into that, and we'll get like probably more jellyfish, because I know people love my jellies. They love the jellyfish, so we'll get more of those, and whatever. We'll just make some things, and we'll see. Like, you know, while I'm doing the giveaway, we'll be like, hey, should I put this in it for tomorrow? And then you guys can comment. I do make marbles. Yes, I do. Check this marble out. So this one's got a cool little honeycomb on the back. Right? It's probably dirty. I should probably wipe it. So it's got this cool honeycomb on the back. But then, what's in that honeycomb? Bam! Look at that. Can you see that? Mushroom in there. It's all magnified. I don't know how good a focus I can get if I go in closer. But you can see the honeycomb, how it magnifies through that front lens right there. But yeah, I do marbles. I make small marbles. I actually won second place in a marble race. I do tiny marbles, turk pearls. Yeah, I do marbles. So I will make sure to make a marble and put it in the giveaway. A mushroom marble, or jellyfish marble, or a bowling ball marble, miniature marbles. But I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much, 870 Polo, for this chat. It's been beautiful, and thanks Michael Coles for tuning in as well and chatting it up at first. I appreciate you all who has tuned in and watched tonight. Be sure to check out the Facebook page, Glass Balloons. I put the link in the description below. All right, ciao, laters. You guys have a good night.